HE, Mr. President Cyril Ramaphosa, the President of the Republic of South Africa, Your Excellencies, Ministers of Foreign Affairs of the G20 members and the guest countries, Your Excellencies, Ministers of Foreign Affairs of invited guest countries, G20 shepherds and sous shepherds, heads of invited international organizations, distinguished guests, Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm South African welcome to Nasrec Expo Center, Johannesburg, South Africa, for the first foreign ministers meeting of the G20 in 2025 on the African soil. It is also the first G20 foreign ministers meeting happening in the African continent. We have no doubt that during your stay in our beautiful country, you will experience its captivating beauty, as well as the warmth, friendly, and the diversity of its people. We are gathered here in the hall named Under the Tree. In African folklore and communities, we gather under a tree to have difficult conversations that challenges us. I hope that this hall will present a good platform for all the G20 participants to engage robustly to find solutions to global challenges. Let me first take this opportunity to thank His Excellency Ambassador Mauro Vieira, the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Brazil, for hosting me and my delegation during the G20 handover ceremony in Brasilia, which took place immediately after the successful Leaders Summit that was held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, in November last year. South Africa continues to look forward to your guidance as members of the Troika as we navigate through our G20 presidency. In the same breath, I would like also to welcome the incoming member of the Troika, the United States of America. We are confident that this new Troika will be a source of wisdom as we seek to steer the work of the G20 to a successful conclusion. South Africa looks forward to your support and continued contribution. As we have seen in the program that has already been circulated, our meeting today commences with this opening session as well as two main sessions. In the first session, we will discuss the global geopolitical situation, while in the second session, we will deliberate on South Africa's G20 priorities and high-level deliverables. It is our hope that we will have rich and productive engagement on these issues, setting the tone for the remainder of the South Africa's G20 presidency in the lead-up to the November 2025 Leaders Summit. We are honored by the presence of the President of the Republic of South Africa, His Excellency Mr. Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, whom I have the pleasure to introduce to you to deliver his welcoming address. Mr. President, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Minister Ronald Lamola, the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation of South Africa, distinguished ministers of foreign affairs of the G20 family of countries, as well as invited guest countries, honorable leaders of representative organizations or representatives of international organizations, as well as regional economic communities. I also extend my greetings to heads of delegations who are here present, and all of you honored guests, and particularly the galaxy of media representatives that I see here. Welcome, and a really warm, hearty welcome to this first foreign ministers meeting under South Africa's G20 presidency. You have now arrived finally, and you may not believe this, to the most beautiful country ever to be made in the world. So welcome. It is significant that the G20 Leaders Summit later this year will be convened for the first time on African soil. This, in many ways, highlights the growing importance of the African continent in global economic, political, and environmental discussions that are ensuing around the world. Africa is home to some of the world's fastest growing economies and in many ways faces unique challenges such as the impact of climate change, developmental needs that it has, and the effects of global trade dynamics. This summit's location underscores the need for African voices to be heard on critical global issues like sustainable development, the digital economy, and the shift towards green energy. It is a great opportunity, too, to promote greater collaboration between African nations and the rest of the world. But it is also a great opportunity for all of us as members of the G20 and invited countries to engage in serious dialogue. Geopolitical tensions and rising intolerance, conflict and war, climate change, pandemics, and energy and food insecurity do threaten an already fragile global coexistence. These challenges are interconnected. They require responses that are inclusive and responses that should be well coordinated through various forums such as the G20. Yet there is a lack of consensus amongst major powers, including in the G20, on how to respond to these issues of global significance. Extreme poverty and growing inequality within and among nations weigh heavily on the conscience of the world. We are just 5 years away from 2030, the deadline for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals as adopted by our United Nations. As the international community, we committed ourselves to this very ambitious agenda to end poverty and hunger, to protect our planet, to achieve greater equality, also gender equality, to have universal education, health coverage, and to promote decent work and sustainable economic growth. Our commitment to achieve these targets, we must not waver from trying to achieve them. The nations of the world look to the G20 for leadership, for inspiration, and for guidance on the most pressing issues confronting our world, more so now at this time in the history of our world. Just as cooperation supported the progress of early humans, our modern-day challenges can only be resolved through collaboration, through partnership, through dialogue, and through solidarity. This is why South Africa has placed as its theme for the G20 the issues of solidarity, equality, and sustainability. These are at the center of South Africa's presidency of the G20. We would like our G20 presidency to be one in which all voices are heard and in which all views should count. The G20 represents over 2/3 of the world's population. Its decisions and policies reflect the needs and aspirations of all who form part of the G20 family. The G20 must also seek to reflect the needs and aspirations of all people who call this planet their home. This year marks 80 years since the United Nations was founded and the UN Charter was adopted. The United Nations was established to reaffirm fundamental human rights, to promote social progress, and to save successive generations from the scourge of war. While these essential goals of the United Nations remain, the world has changed in fundamental ways. The UN must also change accordingly. We continue to call for the UN Security Council, the multilateral trading system, and the international financial architecture to be realigned, to be reformed, to make them more representative, more agile, and more responsive to today's global realities. As the G20, it is critical that the principles of the UN Charter, multilateralism, and international law should remain at the center of all our endeavors. It should be the glue that keeps us together. The conflicts between Russia and Ukraine, conflicts that's raging in the eastern part of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, in the Sudan, in the Sahel, and in Gaza, continue to exact heavy human toll and heighten global insecurity. South Africa welcomes the ceasefire agreement reached between Israel and Hamas as a crucial first step towards ending the severe humanitarian crisis faced by the Palestinian people in Gaza. This ceasefire must lay the basis for a just and lasting peace in line with UN resolutions, in line with international law and internationally agreed parameters. As the G20, we must continue to advocate for diplomatic solutions to conflicts. Our own experience as South Africa is that the peaceful resolution of conflict through inclusive dialogue is the foremost guarantor of sustainable and lasting peace. So, Your Excellencies, the climate crisis is no longer a threat. It is a catastrophic reality that all of us in the world must face. Last year, global average temperature exceeded 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels or industrialization levels for the first time. The impact of climate change places a disproportionate and unjust burden on the poorest as well as the most vulnerable. As the G20, we must seize this opportunity of crisis to innovate and drive sustainable solutions. We must remain true to the original G20 mandate of promoting strong, sustainable, as well as balanced and inclusive growth. In line with this mandate, South Africa has identified 4 priorities for its G20 presidency. These are issues we would like all of us to engage with. Firstly, we should take action to strengthen disaster resilience as well as response. We are on a continent that continues to suffer major and catastrophic climate disasters. Climate-induced natural disasters affect countries around the world, but we feel them acutely on this continent as well. But they have a particularly devastating impact on countries that cannot afford the costs of recovery and rebuilding. We will call on G20 leaders to urge the global community, including international financial institutions, as well as developmental or development banks, and the private sector to scale up post-disaster reconstruction. Secondly, we should take action to ensure debt sustainability for low-income countries. Developing economies are currently experiencing the highest borrowing costs in nearly 2 decades. The Secretary General of the United Nations says that poor countries pay up to 8 times more than your more developed economies when it comes to servicing their debt. Debt payments are essentially crowding out vital domestic expenditure and diverting critical resources away from those countries' development. More than 3.3 billion people live in countries where interest payments of debt exceed the payments or expenditure that is made for education and health as well. The G20 needs to renew its efforts to advance debt sustainability with a particular emphasis, yes, I would say on African countries, but more broadly on countries in the global south who continue to face those challenges. Thirdly, we believe that it is important to mobilize finance for a just energy transition. Although climate change affects developed countries as well as developing economies alike, the impact is uneven. Every nation has a responsibility to contribute to global climate effort in line with the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities and respective capabilities. Those most responsible for climate change do have a duty and a responsibility to support those least responsible. G20 leaders should secure agreement on increasing the quality and quantity of climate finance flows to developing economy countries. Now, this is not new. The world has been dealing with these matters in various forums, and we do believe that the G20 forum is a very credible forum to take these discussions forward. And this includes strengthening multilateral development banks, enhancing and streamlining support for country platforms such as the Just Energy Transition Partnership, which a country like South Africa entered into with its partners, as well as other countries who have followed suit, and also with a view of leveraging private capital more effectively as we address this just energy journey. Fourthly, we will seek to harness critical minerals for inclusive growth and sustainable development. We will champion an inclusive G20 framework on green industrialization and investment to promote value addition and beneficiation of critical minerals. And this we will do with a view of ensuring that the benefits flow mutually to all. And we're not talking about a one-dimensional benefit only. All should benefit. In other words, both the South and the North should be able to benefit. South Africa will seek to take forward the recommendations of the 2024 report of the United Nations Secretary General's panel on critical energy transition minerals. Now, long before our freedom was won, South Africa's founding father, Nelson Mandela, spoke of a society in which all persons live together in harmony and with equal opportunities. This universal aspiration is reflected in the UN Charter. As a premier forum for international economic cooperation, the G20 needs to play a leading role in the global agenda for people, planet, and prosperity. As we strive towards a common purpose, I think it is important that we should remember that cooperation is our greatest strength. Let us seek to find common ground through constructive engagement. Through the G20, we should be able to set the coordinates of a new cause for human progress, one that is founded on solidarity, equality, as well as sustainability. In the end, we will find that through solidarity, we've been able to make progress as humanity. Through fostering equality, we've been able to be real humans. And through engendering sustainability, we have a better future as humans on this planet ahead of us. This task is now in our hands as the G20 family, and I do believe the various meetings we are going to hold throughout the year, this one being one of the key ones, will lead us in the direction that we all seek to move in. So I thank you, and once again, I welcome you dearly to South Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We will now have a tea break for 15 minutes, and we will come back to proceed with our agenda. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, President Cyril Ramaphosa.
Live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service. This is the primary audio circuit for the Reuters live service.